Hello guys, everybody. Again, Chris Hughes, CarolinaPreps.com, coming to you here from East Rutherford High School, joined here by head football coach Clint Bland. Coach, it's the first time I've had the opportunity to meet you. I've been here at the stadium before, and I've seen East play some games well in the past, but the first chance to meet you, and just want to thank you for allowing me to come out and inviting me and letting me see you men work out and just enjoy the summer day with you.
Right, glad having you down. I want to thank you first for doing this for the kids in the state of North Carolina and all the efforts you put into it, and glad to have you.
Well, thank you, sir. There's been a lot of excitement that I've been hearing in regards to your program. I know you play an incredibly tough schedule, and we were talking about that. I mean, you're already in a tough conference, and you trade in Kings Mountain and Crest, and you bring over South Point. Right. So we know how good they are, defending 3A champions, and obviously Shelby. But you guys play a tough schedule. But nonetheless, I look in there at some of those men working out, and I've seen football programs all across the state all spring and summer, and you don't look far off from a lot of those good programs. You got a lot of real good looking young men. Right. A lot of them have experience, but even some of your young guys look like they could play on Friday nights today.
Yeah, we with a small school like we are, we have to play a lot of kids up. Rising sophomores, we play up on varsity. We actually had an athlete last year as a freshman. He played up in. It was a small school, we have to do that. Our older kids coming back this year, we're really excited. They've had a good summer. Both quarterbacks are coming back, so we feel pretty good about where we're at right now. And things can change in about 3 weeks, so we hope all their hard work's going to pay off.
Well, this is the last week before the actual practice begins, so you're able to still get out here. Now, unfortunately today, and we'll talk about why you couldn't here in a second, you weren't able to get out with the men and actually practice, but the real practices begin on Monday. Right. So a lot of schools are using these mini camps and different to kind of get some final install to try to get ahead of the game. Right. For when practice begins. Right. But yet when practice begins, you kind of have to take a step backwards because it's more conditioning and no helmets, shoulder pads, etc. What were you trying to get in this last week of practice or workouts?
Yeah, we want to come back in from the clinic. We've had a dead period. We just want to get the kids back in here running, get them back in the heat, and we've had a lot of heat this week. Unfortunately today we're covered up with the rain, which is good, also good for the field and everything else, but we want to just get them back around each other. Hopefully they did some working out on their own last week. We've had 2 good days this week with the heat and just making them run and lifting hard and getting a little bit more practice in. But I've told them all summer long, Monday is like Christmas Day.
Yes.
You get to unwrap the present, you see what you're going to get. And like I say, we will take a step back Monday, just go back with helmets, just like everybody else will. But, we are highly excited. We have a lot of kids in our program this year, so that helps. Competition at practice is always good. Kids pushing each other, so we're looking forward to the season.
And if Monday's like Christmas, I guess the next Saturday's got to be like another Christmas to be able to finally get some contact.
Right.
Because I've seen this in my own coaching career. You see young men during the preseason who look really good all summer, and then all of a sudden, you get them helmets on and you start hitting. You find out who can play and who can't.
Yeah, you separate the men from the boys once you get the pads on, and that's the way it is. That's the same as all across the state. You have kids that you may not think is going to do a lot for you, that surprise you, and you're going to find out they can play.
Well, you've got some what I consider some really good recruits to go on to the next level. Right. Who are some of these people across the state that might not know some of the playmakers here for East? Tell us about some of your leaders and some of your guys that we need to be looking out for.
Well, our top one, I guess, the top 2 would be Demetrius Mooney. He's a returning running back. He's played for us for 3 years. He came in as a freshman, started at running back, and he keeps progressing. He goes to all the camps and does all this stuff, and he's got his 4th star. He's proud of his 4 stars, and we are too. And we're looking for, I've got him 2 more years. Is what's so good about him. And I guess the next guy will be Cade Hamilton. Cade's a returning linebacker with 161 tackles, and we throw some other guys around us, some just athletes to go with those 2. And I think our defensive line, I've been telling our defensive line coach all year, he's got the most talent of any position on the field. Yes. We've got 2 returning starters on the defensive line, and we're going to plug a new kid in at nose and put him with the linebackers we have returning. We're excited. We're excited on both sides of the ball. We're really excited about like I say, I've been excited about this defensive line all summer long, and I'm looking for good things from them.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you get back to work so you can do it. But I wanted to make mention, now the interview's over, the sun's coming out. And I did a little bit of a Facebook Live for the viewers, but your field house was underwater. Your coach's offices, if you could see behind the field was underwater. It looks like it's receding a little bit, but a lot of rain you guys got last night, and it kind of threw you off your game in terms of, I guess, working out on the field. But nonetheless, I hope you guys can get that cleaned up, and look forward to seeing you throughout the season. And again, thanks for letting me come out.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything you do for the kids in the state.
Thank you, Coach. Again, Coach Clint Bland, I'm Chris Hughes, Carolina Preps. We'll catch you next time.